This episode of ETC is sponsored by Chips, in theaters March 24th.
As is tradition here on T.U.G.S, we're here to talk about the doom and the gloom of the video game industry and how terrible everything you've ever been excited for is just pure fucking garbage once it finally gets into your crusty hands. But hold on! There might be actually a bit of good news this week because we found the one thing in Mass Effect Andromeda that has been given the loving touch and the attention it deserves. Everything else might look like shit, but at least the dev team can get one thing right. The sex scenes look butt fucking awesome.
Here we go!
No, you fucking cuck!
Peggy 18.
Really though, it should come as no surprise that the sex scenes in Mass Effect Andromeda look great. Because it's honestly the only thing that people care about when they play these games.
Yeah.
Which aliens can I fuck? And how much of this dick can they take? What does this alien vagina feel like? How will my throbbing cock respond to their alien innards? And they don't leave anything out for the ladies either.
That's for sure.
Equal opportunity
Game.
Alien fucking.
Yeah.
Ever wonder what an alien dick feels like, or if a monstrous looking beast can eat you out without hurting your delicate flower? Wonder no more. These are the questions that players want answered when they slide the latest copy of Mass Effect into their console slot or PC folder. And while we would never waste the time to figure these questions out ourselves, because we're gentlemen, we do still know that one important metric that we mentioned at the start. The actual fucking
it looks fine, yeah. And believe me, we're going to show you one of the sex scenes. It's pretty much why you're here. It's why you clicked the video, so
Dicks
don't worry.
out.
But before we do it, it would be remiss to not mention that it's pretty fucking obvious that when BioWare created the original Mass Effect, it was clearly meant only as an alien sex simulation game. Of course, this world is still filled with nothing but prudes, so in order to get this game across the censors and into the hands of eager young fans everywhere, they had to create an entire RPG around the end goal of slaying some alien poon. It was a very clever way to hide the out-of-this-world sex experience, we'll give them that. So what does sex in Andromeda look like?
Pretty much like the real thing if you've never experienced it.
Yeah.
Anyway, since we're pretty vanilla here at T.U.G.S,
Obviously.
we'll ease you in slow with some human-on-human stuff.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Malfunction, huh? I think I've been set up.
You got me. A sweetheart and a sweet talker.
A pathfinder. I know when I found something good.
I want.
I'm gonna show you how perfect you are. Even if it takes me all night. Duty calls.
Nice.
Isn't it amazing that they can make these scenes look so great while a simple conversation looks terrible? And yeah, there's lots of bad shit in there too. I mean, the shadows look fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
that pillow is really well lit despite a person being on it.
But hey, it's sex, so whatever. And that's not all. Of course it's not. No, because this game is very inclusive. You can fuck anything. You can fuck guys can fuck guys, chicks can fuck chicks. Hell, I have no idea if this alien right here has a gender, but it can fuck too.
You know, I never believed in any of this slippery slope logic, but
Mass Effect proves that
I've
right.
changed my mind.
Now let's do a little Mass Effect sex compilation here and try not to get hard watching it because goddamn.
This is my favorite place in the universe. Where's yours?
Oh, no. You don't give the orders here. Sarah.
delicious. I love cow. I'm gonna take time to savor this.
Savor this. Savor this.
It does bring something to mind about us, though.
Us?
Yeah. When I'm this attracted to someone and they seem receptive normally, well, things start happening.
Nice.
Bang, okay?
Well, I got hard. I'm gonna need a cold shower back at the Tempest after that, am I right? That's a reference to the game.
I think so. I double checked with 2 people and they said maybe.
The Tempest. This game is so centered around fucking that even IGN has a comprehensive list of which characters can fuck and who they can fuck and which genders they can fuck.
It's
Comprehensive.
yeah.
It's no wonder that the sales for this absolute garbage heap are so high without it even having proper gameplay.
Yeah.
We finally solved the riddle, guys. It's all about the fucking.
Duh.
Okay. We can't hate on this game anymore. We have figured it out. We finally figured out what has been kept secret in the inner circles of geekdom. We were just too normie to see it sooner. You guys are clever.
Very clever.
Credit where it's due. Have fun with your space sex game. We'll move on to more pressing matters.
JonTron is fired.
What?
From a game that he was supposed to do a voiceover on because of his recent discussions over certain issues relating to immigration, race, women, and probably whether or not pineapple should be a pizza topping. The game is a Kickstarter-backed title called Yooka-Laylee and is considered to be the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. Back before the Kickstarter got kickstarted, John Jafari had expressed his love for Banjo-Kazooie and that franchise, and the devs found that charming enough to actually include him in the game as a voiceover actor for, I don't know, some character, I guess, who knows. But now, they've had a change of heart.
Bloop. In a statement to GamesIndustry.biz, a real website, the game's developer Playtonic had this to say. We recently became aware of comments made by voice artist JonTron. That's not really his job if you revoke the one instance of that job. After development on Yooka-Laylee had been completed, John is a talented video presenter who we were initially 2 years ago happy to include as a voice contributor in our game. However, in light of his recent personal viewpoints, we've made the decision to remove JonTron's inclusion in the game via a forthcoming content update. Wait, so the game's already out?
Oh yeah, no, it comes out I think April 11th, so they're doing a patch.
He's getting Peter Dinklaged?
He's getting patched out day 1,
Yeah,
I
like
believe.
Peter Dinklage.
Nah, Peter Dinklage was around for a little while.
Right, but he got patched out.
Well, you know, when Peter Dinklage went all racist, it became a big deal. So
Wait, he's a little person?
that's it, get rid of
Get
him.
his voice out of there. We're talking about Destiny.
Yeah.
This is an old, anyway.
Back to the Banjo.
Back to the quote.
Yeah.
We would like to make absolutely clear that we do not endorse or support JonTron's personal viewpoints and that as an external fan contributor, he does not represent Playtonic in any capacity. Playtonic is a studio that celebrates diversity in all forms and strives to make games that everyone can enjoy. As such, we deeply regret any implied association that could make players feel anything but 100% comfortable in our game world, or distract from the incredible goodwill and love shown by our fans and Kickstarter backers.
Huh. It's crazy. It's almost like words have consequences. Like when we shit all over video games and companies never send us free copies anymore.
Yeah, well they never did, to begin with.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
I initially thought that was all just a coincidence, but yet here we are. Anyways, we do have to.
Does this make JonTron the most ethical gamer on Earth?
I think so, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works.
He is standing by his very flawed viewpoints, even in the face of opportunities walking away.
Yeah.
I don't agree with him, but
And
he
how
is
could you?
ethical. And how could I? But
Yeah.
you know what? He's earned a point in my ethics notebook that I keep on all of the major gamers and outlets.
Banjo-Kazooie seems like the name of a person JonTron would feel threatened by.
Yeah, as does Yooka-Laylee.
So who knows?
What moss does
Maybe he
Yooka-Laylee
doesn't want to
worship
have
at?
anything to do with it either. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. We do have to give props to Nintendo this week because they've actually admitted that something was wrong with their new console.
Something?
And they're offering
What?
an explanation instead of just saying that it's user error. You know the whole issue with the left Joy-Con not working properly at launch?
Much like Left Shark.
He never worked a day in his life. He just waddled out onto the stage and got his paycheck. And anyways, it turns out that, yeah, it wasn't your fault, dummy. Nintendo's manufacturers fucked up on a portion of the product and they shipped the console anyway.
Wow, it's funny, when you pay $300 for a fully functioning piece of electronics, they cut a lot of corners in manufacturing. Oh my God.
Whoops.
What? What?
Yeah.
Why don't they make these in America? Wait, you're telling me it would cost $2,000 if they made it in America?
What are you gonna do?
Well, anyway, of course, Nintendo is saying that it was only a small number that were affected by this manufacturing error, and not to worry, because they've totally fixed it for future releases. They've also stated that they've found a fix for the current connection issues facing users, the ones that Ricky tried to claim were affecting his gameplay on our most recent live stream.
Yeah, that was it. That's
Can't
why
use
we
that
lost.
excuse, sorry. Their stupid little joy motes are fixed, so head over to their support site if you care, and if you dare.
In the meantime, I'll just sit here and drool over what appears to be the first thing leaked out of Destiny 2. A poster that was uncovered in Italy. It's like, what's that movie with Tom Hanks? The Da Vinci Code.
Angels and Demons,
The Da Vinci Code.
Dan Brown.
Yeah, it's the new version where he uncovers the Destiny 2 poster. It's a poster that was uncovered in Italy which features promotional art for the sequel and hints that it will be finally announced any moment now. At any moment it's gonna be announced.
You heard it here first.
Or last.
The art also indicates a hard set release date of September 8th, which is literally 3 years almost to the day since the release of the original game. Wow, time flies when you're not playing Destiny. We've definitely been skeptical about their ability to release the game this year, considering how big of a secret everything seems to be, but these promos in the hands of retailers make it seem like it's all, the big announcements are right around the corner, and we can expect teaser trailers soon, and if that September date is correct, gameplay footage and possibly beta tests follow shortly after. E3's coming up.
Dinklage is back.
Dinklage is back. We're getting that little guy. We're fine with it now. It's cool. We respect people of all sizes.
And JonTron's gonna be a character.
And John, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? JonTron's in the game.
They should put him in Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That's a surefire way to redeem his career.
Yeah.
How could I be racist if I'm the protagonist in a game where I kill hundreds of Nazis?
Anyways, Destiny ended up being a pretty great attempt at a console MMO and really shined in its combat, so the expectations for Destiny 2, they're very high considering how much they've hopefully learned over the past 3 years about what the community wants from a game like this. Also, the fact that it's been so successful without the need for hardcore alien sex, it really sets it apart from other sci-fi RPG style games in the field.
This one you can play with your kids.
Yeah, without worrying about all that alien on human sex.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember,
when I'm playing video games blowing the heads off of alien creatures and blood's flying everywhere, I don't need a fucking vagina in front of my face.
Yeah.
Spoiling the brains
or
of my
a
kids.
rock hard alien cock.
Yeah, stick to violence.
Yeah. Remember when that big purple alien ate that chick out in the pond?
Yeah.
The water animations were garbage.
Yeah, I mean, they put clearly all of the processing power was on that girl's tits.
Yeah.
And on that guy's big tongue.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of aliens who have had sex at least once in their lives, let's get Shibby in here to talk about another new game release.
Which is
Mass Effect.
Tugs boys and space girls. This week I have the displeasure of reviewing what is surely one of the biggest failures of the year. No, I'm not talking about For Honor. Although with that being said, For Honor has been treated so poorly as of recent, I must update that review I did 2 out of 3 attacks on Titan to 0 out of 10. A failure to respect that community as players reach max gear score on 1, maybe 2 characters, and then it's literally impossible to progress without swiping mom's credit card, something I was blind to, but Ubisoft Montreal managed to fuck it further by saying, oh, it's World of Warcraft or a MOBA, and you don't play more than a couple characters. That is both sad and high sodium levels of Shibby Criminal. Moving on. This week, I'm reviewing another failure, Mass Effect Andromeda, aka Mass Effect Andro Refunda. The BioWare of old is gone. Was the former lead gameplay designer who publicly tweets racist remarks a bad decision? Sure. While that does not factor into the score here, this game has dug itself into a very troubling, out of touch, entire production hole. It is really sad that BioWare, who is known for innovative as well as great storytellers, completely dropped the ball in Andromeda. I was gonna say Andromeda from how Ricky and Elliot say it. Anyways, I don't need to harp on how bad the facial animations are and how all the female characters are bland templates. Look, if you don't want to make sexy women in your game, I understand. Some dudes prefer little ferrymen dressed in green swinging the hard Master Sword. These guys, of course, the Nintendo fanboy. Disgusting. Game mechanics such as scanning objects is wonky and uninteresting. Mining is No Man's Sky levels of bad. It's not a memorable game, which seems to be impossible as the development started in 2012. Comparing this to The Witcher 3 is just sad. Sure, Andromeda did not have any day one DLC. Bravo, seriously. This space opera, compared to other titles just released this year, is awful. It's not polished and it feels rushed. Overall, I am really disappointed how this title came out because it really should have been better. It really should have been better. The development team and the huge backing of EA, having already made 3 fairly okay Mass Effects, then delivering the gamers this mess, it's embarrassing. I must rate Mass Effect Andromeda, their current contender for the 2017 Hydro Schickbot, a well-deserved 0 out of 10.
And since Shibby's reviews, they don't matter.
No.
He's barely a person at all.
Not counted on Metacritic.
Yeah, his reviews do not count.
Yeah, too ethical.
We found another Amazon review for Mass Effect 3, and this one is a doozy, so buckle up. It comes from user T.U.G.S, who titled their review, BioWare is Cerberus. They had this to say.
Spoiler alert, this review contains spoilers regarding Mass Effect 3 with political and moral opinions some will not agree with. I've been playing video gaming since they first came out, i.e. Pong, etc., and have been in a position to witness with appreciation the evolution of games. There's one constant among video game producers, and that is that they are in to make the money. Dollar, dollar, dollar. I have no problem with that as long as they provide the best product possible for folks to enjoy. It's always been about the kids. They are the primary target market, and as long as they did not abuse that trust, most parents saw little harm in allowing their children a little innocent escapism through them. What disturbs me is
this guy never played Leisure Suit Larry back in the 80s.
Leisure Suit what?
Man, wait a second, you die in this game if you don't wear a condom and have sex with an HIV positive prostitute? What has happened to gaming? Anyways, back to the review.
Yeah, I mean, we should check his profile.
Yeah.
What disturbs me is the increasing tendency of game producers to violate that trust by making games whose content has become increasingly corrosive to sound thinking and good morals. More and more games have become a propaganda platform for many ideas and activities which most parents find abhorrent and evil. And yet when kids act out these ideas and behaviors in the real world, no one turtles up.
No one turtles up quicker.
What is it?
I don't know what he means.
Urban Dictionary, that's it.
Yeah,
no one turtles up quicker.
Is that like when your poop comes out of your butt a little bit?
That's prairie dog.
Oh, okay. I thought that was turtling.
Oh, turtles up. I think it's like when you get criticized, you go into your safe
Oh, okay. Yeah, safe space.
I love this. Thank you, person on
I thought it was poop related.
No one turtles up quicker than video game producers to deny any and all culpability for influencing these kids.
It's Marilyn Manson's fault.
Oh, and here we go. Columbine is a prime example, and there are many more. Sadly, BioWare has become one such negative influence on our children, and having focused more on getting their propaganda agenda across rather than building a solid story theme, it's no wonder ME3 comes to a crashing ending where no moral certitudes are vindicated, much less victorious. What we are left with is haphazardly built game which cannot even match the previous storyline and playability, and which ends with a nonsensical choice between shades of colors, all of which are fatalistic. Ironically, I think the game well epitomizes the new BioWare leadership and their own fatally flawed notions of moral relativity. In short, including homosexuality into the character themes does nothing to improve the game, and in fact offends many like me who still find it wrong. Your time would have been better spent building normal heterosexual marriage models, which of course
They're
are
fucking
notably
aliens!
absent.
They're fucking aliens in this game! It's like Beauty and the Beast.
It's a slippery slope, no doubt unintended, but in a universe where normal heterosexual marriage is non-existent among the starring cast, it inevitably falls to the forces of evil. Funny how art, even unintentionally, reflects historical reality, isn't it? Too bad the Reapers never just come for the decadent deviants in a society, or it might be a good thing. In any case, the game nowhere lives up to its predecessor, ME2. It lacks many of the details most of came to love about it, i.e. the ability to shutter the Normandy's windows, or having a working bar where Shepard could stop in and have a couple of shooters at the end of a hard day.
This man is relating way too hard to this game. I just like heading down to the bar after a hard day and having a couple shooters down at Hooters. They should put a Hooters DLC in this game.
Christian effect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my own game.
Yeah.
Without hookers.
But with alcohol and sin.
And, yeah. I mean, what kind of universe is it where you got a knob gobbler down? Holy shit. I mean, what kind of universe is it where you got a knob gobbler down in the shuttle bay blubbering over the loss of his husband to Reapers, and a real man can't get a shot of whiskey? Not my world for sure.
By the way, this is a science fiction game. So,
It's still real to me, damn it.
you know what? I got my whiskey and my Monday Night Raw, and this game was my last ditch effort at having some kind of fantasy world I could live in.
And those damn queers had to come and ruin it like they do everything.
These damn knob gobblers.
Those knob gobblers crying about their boyfriends and their husbands.
And I'm just trying to get drunk. Drive my car. Anyways.
This is not.
And by the way, I'm not doing that accent because it's like offensive. I guarantee you this guy sounds
I would
like
put
that.
money on it. Perhaps the elusive man has the right idea. Harness the Reapers and use them to clean up the universe.
Whoa.
Did he just advocate some sort of genocide?
I think he might have.
Now, why didn't BioWare allow for that option? In conclusion, if you bought ME3 at pre-order price, I feel sorry for you. If you thought it was going to at least live up to the rep built by ME and ME2, I commiserate with you. If you haven't bought it yet, I strongly urge you not to. Borrow it from one of your disgusted friends if you must.
I love how he still advocates playing the game, just not at full price.
I'll play it, but don't pay for it.
I mean, it's an okay game if you don't pay for it.
Do not support BioWare in putting out this kind of trash by purchasing it. Only then will they get the message.
We were joking about the name at first. It was that was actually written by JonTron. So, great job. Anyways,
I mean, what's wrong with
wanting to keep the universe pure
just because there's millions of species out there in the universe
doesn't mean they all have to fuck each other.
Yeah, we're breeding ourselves out of existence. We're having a demographic displacement every time you fucking aliens.
Says a lot, I guess. Anyways, watch our other stuff over here.
Jesus
Subscribe to the
Christ.
channel. We have we did a 1-2 switch stream that just like delved into just
Lots of
ridiculousness.
incriminating footage.
Yeah, lots of gifs. Can someone please make one of those out of our out of us
There's
checking off?
dozens of possibilities.
Also watch last week's Tugs because why not? We talked shit about Mass Effect there too. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. etcmerch.com. Buy the shirt.
And this one.